Hi, and welcome to today's video about how to make contact with your Starseed Origins. This is the 9th video in a series called Awaken to your Starseed Mission, which is a series of channeled messages. If you missed the first episodes and you haven't yet made contact with your Starseed Origins, then I would suggest that you watch at least a few of those episodes that provide foundational information that we're building upon for today's message. The top 3 episodes that I recommend would be the first one about Are You an Emissary of Light, which really explains what starseeds are. The 7th episode, which explains how to receive energetic transmissions. And then the 8th episode, which explains the importance of Earth connection for making contact. So if you have the discipline to go back to those and watch them, then I recommend that you do that. And if not, what we'll be sharing today is channeled message from the Council of Light, which outlines 4 reasons why you might not have established contact until now, and then 7 suggestions for how you can go about establishing contact with your Starseed Origin. My name is Karen McMullen. Welcome to this YouTube channel, and today's really special video. This is really the whole point of the Awaken to your Starseed Mission book, is to establish your own direct connection, and from there, you really will receive guidance and you'll be able to be used as a vessel for truth and change on this planet right now. So I'm very excited about today's session, and it seems very sacred to me, so it's an honor to be sharing this with you. In today's channel message, there's also a reference to my first book, which is called Alchemy of Consciousness: Awaken to Your True Role in the Grand Reorganization. So I'll put a link down in the description box to that book. It's available as an ebook and also on Amazon as a physical copy. As always, the messages that you'll be receiving today are not just the information, but also the energetic transmission. So relax and enjoy receiving. Awaken to your Starseed Mission, Episode 9, Making Contact. Your decision to make contact with us directly is the purpose of this book. We are wishing to provide you with the information you will need in order to be able to make that choice and to genuinely seek a connection with us of your own volition. That is the primary requirement for contact with us. Your sincere desire and clear choice. In essence, what is required is your willing and eager consent. Until you genuinely desire to make contact, it will never fully establish. You may have experiences here and there that indicate to you that we are there, but we will not be able to use you as a conduit for our mission, your mission, until we are in direct communication. In essence, making contact with us is very easy. We have been waiting your entire life and many lifetimes before that for you to be at this point now, nearly ready to establish a connection. We are available to you at every moment. Full contact with us is always at your fingertips. All you need to do is plug into us. The reasons that you may not have been in direct contact with us until now are because 1. You weren't aware that we existed. 2. You doubted the truth of our existence. 3. You feared our existence and what that might mean if you contacted us. And 4. You didn't know how to contact us. We will address each of these separately. 1. You weren't aware that we existed. Many starseeds simply are unaware that there are starseeds in existence. They may be living normal lives and having heard here and there about ETs, but never giving it any weight or significant reality in their mind. Oftentimes, those in this category are also unaware of multidimensional reality. They may not meditate and may live entirely in 3D reality, unaware of what is possible to perceive beyond it. 2. You doubted the truth of our existence. Those who are starseeds will inevitably come across evidence of our existence. They will meet others who are awakened to their starseed nature. They will see visions, have dreams, unusual experiences, and come across information about us. They will begin to be curious, but also doubtful about our existence. Part of them will believe that our existence is real, and another part of them will dismiss it as hogwash. They have not had personal contact yet, so it will be difficult for them to find a strong enough belief without their personal experience and evidence. We do not wish to be widely known on Earth yet. If we did wish to be widely known, we would have made ourselves widely known. We have all the means and ability to easily be able to do so. We do exist in physical form and can come to Earth literally in time and space. It is in no one's interest that we do so at this time. This is why we use the means of the subtle realms in order to communicate with starseeds who live on Earth. There is rhyme and reason behind our methods of contact, and part of the rhyme and reason is to create reasonable doubt that we exist. This gives us a great advantage because we can do our work unimpeded. Doesn't that mean that it's not in the highest service to do something like write a book about waking up starseeds? Isn't that too public? Not at all. The time of awakening is now, and the existence of a great deal of material on aliens, ETs, starseeds, etc. has never stopped anyone from dismissing it as unreal. Your book will be no different. There are many who will dismiss what you write as lunatic rantings. They will think that you are out to lunch. If we wanted to eliminate reasonable doubt that we exist, we would visit you in droves, creating overwhelming, undeniable evidence. We have not created overwhelming, undeniable evidence, at least not for enough people all at once. We have only awakened small pockets of the entire human population to our existence, and therefore there's never a majority who confirm that we exist. Doubt is a powerful tool that we use to assist humanity. It can make it easier for you to infiltrate the minds and hearts of others. Infiltrate? That sounds invasive and ill-intended. Why do you use that word? It is a stronger word than reach the minds and hearts, and it is our intention to infiltrate humanity in order to assist in the process of evolving human consciousness far beyond where it is now. Look up the word infiltrate to see the definition. Enter or gain access to an organization, place, etc., surreptitiously and gradually, especially in order to acquire secret information. As far as galactic communities are concerned, humans are sleepwalkers. They have significant resources and blessings on Earth, and yet are squandering them with a dimly lit collective intelligence. They have not awakened their capacities of consciousness, and are therefore functioning at far lower capacity than what they are capable of. What capacities are you referring to? In general, we would say equal connection to consciousness itself and the subtle realms of reality as you are connected with 3D physical reality. Out of the awareness of the field of consciousness itself, the presence within which everything is taking place, arises many gifts of consciousness. These include the ability to teleport, view the past and future, know multiple selves, travel to other times and places, communicate psychically, transmit energy packets, and more. The more you establish your connection with us, the more gifted you will become. Because humans are considered to be diminished sleepwalkers in the cosmos at large, there are many alien races that are seeking to dominate and control humans. They are also infiltrating humanity. One of their primary tools is through consumerism, commercial ventures, and mass advertising, popular culture, especially American pop culture, and technology. The primary aim of infiltrators is to keep you asleep and operating as consumers rather than creators. And so, we use the word infiltrate deliberately because we are aiming to infiltrate the infiltrators and those who are already infiltrated. We aim to infiltrate humanity's consciousness just enough to wake them up and empower them to become creators. 3. You feared our existence and what that might mean if you contacted us. In order to access us, You need to transition from only valuing 3D physical reality to valuing non-physical reality. Most who are able to connect with us have long been practitioners of the spiritual or occult, including meditators, channelers, those working with plant medicine, energy healers, shamanic journeyers, deep feelers, and contemplators. The essential skill to make contact with us is to quiet the rational mind, soften the identity self, and become merged with consciousness itself. Once you begin to explore and perceive the layers of reality in the non-physical realm, you are more open to perceiving things in those realms. This includes things that are not pleasant. You might perceive invasive energies that do not have your best interests at heart. You might know and perceive the energetic aspects of 3D reality that are disturbing to you. Once you open up your knowing, you cannot not know. This is one of the fears that keeps people from wishing to cultivate the degree of sensitivity required to establish contact. It is a valid fear. It is the choice. Do you want to stay asleep or do you want to wake up? Do you choose the blue pill or the red pill? By the time you are asking yourself this question, it is almost too late. You already know something deeper is true, and you're simply fearful to fully open to it. But at the same time, you can't go back to the bliss of ignorance. Was ignorance ever really blissful? Know this. It is not difficult to protect yourself from invasive, ill-intended energies. It is as simple as meditating, clearing the mind, grounding into the earth, establishing a channel of connection in your body, and breathing. By the time you contact us, you will be able to do all of those things with ease. Otherwise, you would not be ready for us. It is ironic that people fear that once they become aware of the subtle realms, that they will be susceptible to being harmed on the subtle level. But the opposite is true. When you are unaware of the subtle realms in everyday reality, you are susceptible to being harmed on the subtle level without even knowing it. When you become aware of the subtle realms, you are simply now able to perceive those that are wishing to harm you. And now you actually become able to protect yourself because you know it is happening. Prior, you were unable to protect yourself from infiltration for lack of awareness that infiltration was even happening. Now, with awareness of the subtle realms, you become aware of all the ill intent that surrounds you. Was it better to be unaware and infiltrated? Or is it better to be aware and to become uninfiltratable? We would suggest that your fears of connecting with us are unfounded. We would offer that we do not have ill intent, that we are good, and that you already know this, and that no harm, only good, will come of our connection. Finally, you didn't make contact because you didn't know how to contact us. We have already explained that the essentials of establishing contact are, first and foremost, to establish a genuine desire and be fully willing to make contact. For us, this is establishing consent. Without your consent, we will only ever make brief and fleeting contact, which are really invitations to ask you, do you consent to making contact with us? Consent is the first priority, and it must be wholehearted, eager, and willing consent, not partial, unenthusiastic consent. Once you have established consent, you may simply be able to sit quietly in a beautiful protected place where you will be comfortable and uninterrupted. If you have a leaning towards ritual, you may make a ritual of it by creating an ambiance of candles and setting up an altar, but none of that is necessary and would be solely for your enjoyment and to help you relax. What is necessary is that you are able to soften the focus of your personality or identity self. A month-long practice for establishing this ability is suggested in the book Alchemy of Consciousness, the chapter on morning stillness. If you have not read that book and you do not have the ability to soften your personality, identity self, this is where we would suggest that you start. The other practices in that book, such as making the choice to be of service to your greater role, eating simple, nourishing foods, and understanding the current global reorganization, will all help you in your foundational understanding as a preparation for establishing contact with us. Once you have those foundational understandings, it will be an easy and natural next step for you to create a channel with us. Trust the timing. We do not wish for you to force our connection. Once it is right, you will feel a readiness, a natural desire, and you will also have the abilities established in order to create the connection. Once contact is established, it will be a lasting connection. The main suggestions you will need in order to establish contact with us are: 1. Consent, eager desire and willingness. It is essential that you have a genuine desire and that you consciously consent by even saying aloud, writing, or saying in your mind, "I wish to connect with you if you are there." 2. Ability to stop thinking and soften your individual personality consciousness. This must be easily achieved without the use of drugs or alcohol. Sobriety is an important aid to our connection. Plant medicine and hallucinogens such as ayahuasca, peyote, LSD, mushrooms, and more can help people connect with us temporarily. However, to establish a lasting, ongoing connection, you will need to be able to access more subtle realms of reality without the help of drugs, alcohol, or plant medicine. Open to the information that comes in whatever form it comes. As explained in the section on energetic transmissions, our energy packets can contain information in various forms all at once, such as images, voice, emotions, energy, memories, thoughts, knowing. The way we transmit to you will be unique to you according to how you best receive. However, the more open you can be to what comes, the more options we will have available to transmit information to you. Refrain from judgment. As you are receiving information, your logical mind can come in and interrupt what you are receiving with doubt and judgment. You're not channeling this, you're making this up. This is crazy, this isn't real. These types of thoughts are common. Let them go as they arise. If it helps, you can adopt a viewpoint of, well, this might not be real, and maybe I'm crazy, and maybe I'm making this up. But for this short time period, I'm going to experiment and see what I receive without editing. The more you can be receptive without judgment, the better you are as a vessel for truth. 5. Record. We suggest that you record the information that you receive either by typing it out, writing in a journal, or speaking into a voice recorder. Oftentimes, the messages you receive will seem so clear and obvious as you receive them that it will seem unnecessary to write them down, and you will be surprised that only a short time later that you remembered none of it. This is because you were in a frequency when you received, and when you are no longer in that frequency, there is no longer easy access to the accompanying thoughts. If you do not record during your receiving, you can record afterwards. But we would suggest a good habit is to become accustomed to recording as you receive. 6. Stay awake. Do what you can to stay awake. As you soften your consciousness and become receptive, you are entering a state that is closer to sleep than normal, fully awake consciousness. So there can be an urge to doze off. Do your best to stay awake. Allow us to transmit our entire message to you. You will know when we are done, and we tend to be concise. It may seem inconvenient as you are receiving the message and you want to sleep, to continue to channel. However, know that this is the most convenient moment to receive. When you are uninterrupted, you have some quiet, you've set the stage, and you are already receiving. So take advantage of the setup, as it will be less convenient to continue to receive later. If you do need to shut your eyes for a moment, you could doze for 5 minutes and return to channeling. Taking a short nap is better than just leaving us entirely. 7. The best hours to receive us are early morning, before sunrise, between 2 and 6 or 7 a.m. The morning quiet is when the veil is thinnest between realms. After the world has woken up, it is much more difficult to stay quiet within, especially if you live in a city. That said, it is possible to connect with us at all hours of the day. We are always available. As your channel becomes stronger, the time of day that you connect will become less relevant, although you will always enjoy the sweet quiet of the wee hours. After initial contact with us is made, you may feel tired or energized. Either is a natural response to the energy upgrade. You should think of this time as a time of integration, being kind and gentle with yourself, and as much as possible, focusing on tending to yourself through baths, walks in nature, journaling, rest, quiet time, physical exercise, etc. In general, it is best to avoid high stress, demanding and difficult situations and people. Take it easy, chill, spend time alone. Welcome back. I'd love to hear from you how that was for you and your process of establishing and creating a strong connection with your multi-dimensional self or your Starseed Origins. It's been quite an adventure for me and truly has changed my life, removed all fear of sharing my messages, and really given me such a solid, unshakable sense of my own purpose and why I'm here. I look forward to hearing from you. So please comment below, share with me your journey, and share with us, because we can all learn together. And in the next episode, we'll be talking about technology and how to make sure you are using it instead of it using you. Until then, many blessings. Thank you for listening so much. I appreciate you spending your time with me today. Much love.